Good morning, everyone. We are going to be changing things up a little bit. We have Magic the Gathering. I do have just kind of random packs. So good. Today we have Tanzania. Really good. In my Darth Vader cup. This is my last cup. I gotta go make some more. Fortunately, I had some meetings. I'm trying to get my morning sequence together so I can get on live at 8 o'clock. So, morning routine. Kids got up late. Everything got off by a little bit. Right now, I think my morning routine's about 45 minutes. I'm trying to get it down to about 30 minutes. Anyways, I digress. So I wanted to open up. I have some random Magic packs. So I wanted to open them up because we have Conspiracy and we have Ultimate Masters. Both very cool sets. I do have like Strixhaven's and things like that, but I wanted to open up these because I've never opened up Conspiracy. This is a draft. This is like a set made for limited. I've always, so like the cards that are in this, I've always loved. I've always just thought that they were really, really cool. Sorry, I'm shifting things around. Okay, here we go. I didn't my usual. Okay. So like there's stuff like this is made for multiplayer, and I don't think that they really make Conspiracy anymore just because they have, you know, the commander, the commander stuff that's made for the multiplayer, whereas Conspiracy is made for multiplayer but like draftable. But some of the cards in there are really cool where it's just like everybody votes, and based off of the votes you get to do one of two things. It's just like shredded. Like what the heck. Forget like how easy packs open with Magic. They just like shred apart. Alright, so I know nothing about this set other than I think the set is cool. So let's look at it and see what we have. Dramatic Visions, Hurly Burly. So they have a lot of choose. Oh, this is a counterspell. Basic land cycling. Oh, I love basic land cycling. Discard this card, search your library for basic land, reveal it, put it into your hand. Driver of the Dead, Menagerie. Hey, stupid elf. Library. How is it? What? What? Kite Sail. Oh, good card. I should really like this card. I've used this card so many. Flame Slash. That's cool. Alright, we should be getting into the uncommon. Yeah, so this is basically it's made for unlimited. Or for unlimited. It's made for limited. Serum Visions, draw a card, scry. So back in the day I used to play a lot of Magic. I don't anymore, so I don't necessarily know what I'm looking at, if it's good or not. Mana Plasm, Harvester of Souls. Okay. Doesn't look like we're gonna get anything good. Oh, here's a Conspiracy. Hidden Agenda. Start the game with this Conspiracy face down in the command zone and secretly name a code. Okay, so this is made to be with commander stuff, I guess. And secretly name a card. You may turn this Conspiracy face up anytime and reveal the chosen name. Creatures you control with the chosen name have pay 1. This creature gets +1/+0 on the turn. Okay, so it's like you put the Conspiracies in the command zone. You're moving in a few weeks. That's awesome. So did you get the job done, stupid elf? Monarch. At the beginning of your end step, draw a card. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to its controller becomes the Monarch. Okay, so the Monarch card kind of moves around. That's cool. So nothing crazy in this. I was hoping to see a little bit more. So a little bit more of the Conspiracy stuff. Because there are cards in here. Not they're agenda cards, not hidden agenda. So this is the Conspiracy. Oh, Harvester of Souls. Oh, Harvester of Sorrows is one of my favorite songs. Awesome, stupid elf. I am so happy for you. So you're going to Louisiana, right? No, not Louisiana. Louisville. You're going to Louisville, if I remember correctly. I don't think there was anything in this pack. So that's okay. I just enjoy opening up Magic. Now. Okay, so you're going to Louisville. That's awesome. So I also have this Ultimate Masters. I don't know how much these packs are going for now. Okay, let's see if I can open this up without. Oh, hey, this one has a tab. I don't love the tab ones, but why don't we pull it just to find out what that's like? That just means it's a Japanese print, right? It has a tab. Yeah, I don't love the tab ones. Okay. What is this? Oh, they gave me more money than I asked for, so I'm getting a 71% increase income to compare my current salary. They're giving me $6K in relocation help. That's awesome. That's awesome. I know when I changed jobs last December, not this past December, but last December, I had a 50% increase. So do they start with the... Okay, it doesn't get any better than that, right? Like, why would you start with that? I don't understand. Let's fix this. Yeah, let's fix this. Okay, so that's nice. The real reason I'm taking it is for free tuition for my daughters for bachelors. That's awesome. Yeah, I would take that. And price increase, and I get to get free tuition. You better bet your ass I would take that in a heartbeat. Racto Shred Freak. Okay. Undying Rage. Oh, the +2/+2 can't block is put into a graveyard from the battlefield. Return Undying Rage to its owner hand. That's awesome. Ooh, Sky Spear Cavalry. Flying double strike, so really does 4. Double strike has always been weird. I guess double strike only works on attacking, right? Oh, that's cool. Prey Upon. I love this card. I remember the first time this card came out. This is such a good card. I mean, that's why it made green for me, because I've always been kind of a green. I love green. Black, I used to not love black, and then when I started playing MTG Arena, I mean, that would have been several years ago now, when it came out, I started dabbling in black, and I really enjoy black. Oh, Madness. If you discard this card, discard it into exile. When you do, cast it for its madness cost, or put it in your graveyard. That's cool, so you can discard it. Skywing Arvin. Malevolent Whispers. Plumeveil. I remember Plumeveil. Okay, so this is what I was like. They're showing me. Gosh, 2 legendary. Oh no. Destroy target non-permanent. Other permanents with as that permanent. That's foil too. I know foil in Magic doesn't really mean. Again, Urbog, legendary land. Each land is a swamp in addition to its other one. Yeah, this is a really good card. Land the turn, it doesn't give you it, it gives you swamp. And Shriek Maw. Oh, I got these out of order. So I'm guessing this one had all the goodies up front. I'm guessing they did that on purpose. Ugh, so cool. So cool. Yeah, so we're opening this because of MTG did its Lord of the Rings stream. They look cool. I was going to try to make a full limited set. Usually like the cheapest way to do it is 3 commons, 3 of every commons, 2 of every uncommons, and 1 of every rare and mythic rare. I don't know that I'm going to do that. Just because I don't play limited enough. Morning, Devin. I don't play limited enough, but I do think I'm going to pick up the commander decks for Lord of the Rings. That's something that I could see me pulling out. So anyway, so I'm about to go through all of I have some Magic the Gathering that I've kept for nostalgia's sake. I have some decent decks, but they're not like anything great. So I'm going to start going through. The nostalgia is going to be real here in the next week or two, because I'm going to start going through that stuff, find out anything that's worth anything. Everything else is going to go to the bulk bin, and I'm going to get rid of it. I bring it to my LGS, try to get some store credit, because the reality of it is, I play Lord of the Rings decks. I'm not going to play anything else. Like, I'm not going to play anything else. I might still try for kind of a full draftable set, to make a cube, a set cube, which I think would be a lot of fun to do, a set cube. But I think overall if I end up getting Lord of the Rings, which Lord of the Rings has been like, I've wanted them to make a Lord of the Rings set since I started Magic the Gathering over 10 years ago. So like it's a dream come true for me for them to do a Lord of the Rings set. That like I'm going to probably. I just don't see whenever I'm gonna build a cube, I don't see it happening. But they also are doing a Doctor Who crossover, and I love Doctor Who, huge Doctor Who fan. I'm a Whovian. That I'm gonna have to get those commander decks, right? So I'm at the spot of like, I'm gonna get Doctor Who commander decks. I'm gonna get Lord of the Rings commander decks. It's like, what else am I ever going to play? You know, the great thing is I will mix and match them. Let's open one more. We didn't get a mythic rare. Let's see here. Brothers War. Let's see. I got Brothers War, Infinity, Dominaria, United, New Capenna, 2 Strixhavens. Strixhavens are fun. We'll save those for another time. Brothers War I've heard great things about. Let's open up a Brothers War. This is the last one. Oops, sorry. No mas, yeah. Oh, this is a lot harder to open. Oh, this one has a tab too. Do all Magic the Gathering packs have tabs now? Huh. Okay. Uno mas. I'll check up the prices. Maybe I might throw these on too much. Ooh, look at that. Golem and, of course, our full art forests, right? Like, these are so much fun. I'm so glad they constantly bring them back. Ooh, what the is this? What, are all the rares in front now? Is that a thing now? Perilous Vault. So it's in the old school. Let's move these out of the way. Okay, so we hit our mythic rare. So it's in the old border. I love watching. I do too. Honestly, like, and people are like complaining about they made Aragorn black and stuff like that. Like, I truly don't care. You know, the thing is this, and this is, I think people, you know, get mad about this, but you got to think about the time period when it was written. Like, I think if Lord of the Rings was written in modern day, I could see Aragorn being black and things like that. So I don't mind it. I think people are too up in arms about that stuff, right? Because if you look at when it was written, and I like read old school fantasy and old school sci-fi and stuff like that. Like, I love Isaac Asimov. I'm fairly well read when it comes to fantasy and sci-fi. You look at the time periods that they're written, like, everything was whitewashed. Like, the thing is everyone whitewashed it. Like, they had white characters and they only did white characters. And so, like, you look at time periods, and for me, it's just kind of like, when this was written, yeah, that's what you did, right? In order to sell. If he made a character non-white, like, even the dwarves, you know, they didn't even make them darker skinned, or elves or anything. And then you get like D&D, which makes like elves who are, you know, non-white, and the bad elves, you know. And so, like, you look at the time periods and all that, and now D&D has gotten better about not doing that. Like, they've tried to clean that up a lot. But you look at all this stuff and it's kind of like, yeah, it doesn't age well, and I'm totally great with that. People are having fits about that. Like, I don't know, I have a hard time believing you're not racist. I'm sorry if you have a fit about it and you're watching this. But I think that it's kind of like, there's more important stuff out there to be mad about than, hey, they changed some skin colors. Like, really? I think it's fine. I read this thing because that Ariel and the new Little Mermaid, the live action mermaid, isn't white. And I saw this tweet from this mom, and it gains a lot of traction. And it was these 2 little girls, and they're African American, and so she was like, I was so proud of my little girl. She was playing with her friend who is white, and her friend was complaining that Ariel wasn't white. And her daughter turned to her, and I think she was like 8 or 9. She wasn't very old. And her daughter turned to her friend and goes, well, I liked Ariel when she was white, so why can't you like her when she's not white? something along those lines. And I was like, yes, good for you. You're bringing your children up right there. Sky Strike Officer. Human Soldier. Whenever Sky Strike Officer attacks, create a 1/1 colorless. I live off of stuff like this. Tap 3 untapped soldiers you control. Draw a card. I'm like live and breathe off of stuff like this. Oh, exile Perilous Vault. Exile all non-land permanent. That's a ridiculous card. Cost 4, and then on your next turn you can exile everything. That's crazy. Perilous Vault is good. Levitating Statue. Oh, think about it. Turn 4, you drop this. You need to do this on a ramp deck. Turn 4, you drop this, and then you did nothing, right? So if you're playing an aggro deck, you're not dropping this on turn 4 because you're trying to live. So it's probably not great. It's probably not worth anything, honestly. That's okay. Levitating Statue, take flight. Love this card. Evangel of Synthesis. I don't play that combo ever. I pretty much play blue simply to destroy. That's what I. Blue I play for card draw only. Green I play for the mana ramp. I used to play a lot of white, but white is not great, and I've never like white was just more of I enjoyed some of the stuff, but not a lot. Moment of Defiance. Back to the MTG. Like I know people are up in arms about the race, what they call race swapping, simply because you know that's not the way it was written. But like, I don't know. I'm fine with it. It's one of those like I think that is better. That's just kind of like I get it. Like whatever. It's not the way it was written, but I don't know. I have a hard time being like, why don't we? Ooh, that's a cool one. Tree Elf Druid. Give me Druids. I love Druids. Phalanx Vanguard. Vigilance. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, gets +1/+0 until end of turn. I actually really enjoy these ones that are like, you get this. I actually have a blue artifact deck. I don't want to rip that one apart. There's a handful of stuff that I'm like, I don't know if I want to rip that deck apart, but I probably will. Where it's like a 0-cost one, so it's got affinity for artifacts. So the whole thing is you drop down artifact lands, makes everything cheaper. You get in like frogs and stuff like that, and all of a sudden you got all these creatures that you really didn't pay much for, and then it has an attacker that does 0/1, but when it attacks, it gives everything +1. Yeah, so Devin says, yeah, hopefully they're doing it for the right reasons and it's an overall positive if it helps all people see themselves in a character. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's part of the thing is it's kind of like, okay, are you doing it just because you want to do it, right? Because you're just like, oh, well, we're going to bring in diversity, you know, more of like corporate. You know, it is a corporation, you know, so it's like, it's hard not to believe it's not for corporate speak, but I have to think in my soul, hopefully, that like the people behind it are less about, hey, let's do it because we want to, you know, fulfill this corporate speak, and more of a, let's do it because we want to create diversity so that people can really so we're not just whitewashing everything, so people can really relate to that character. And I think Aragorn's a great character to do it with. I do. I think Aragorn's a fantastic character to do it with. Alright, so our hits today. I just love the full art. I'm gonna count that as a hit. I know it's in everything, but we hit Perilous Vaults, Sky Strike Officer. Ooh, Harvester. Fortunately, we don't have a cool conspiracy. We got a hidden agenda, which isn't bad. Here we go, Maelstrom and Tomb. These are cool. Trying to get the all fits in on the screen. Yeah, these are I actually really like these hits. Great hits. Most of this is bulk bin. Bulk. I'll end up looking them up just to make sure I'm not bulking anything that shouldn't be, but I don't play Magic anymore. Enjoy it. Like I said, so I'm gonna go through my. Yeah, but I have a strong feeling that is just to satisfy corporate speak. I have more support from the job and the TCG community than my own in-laws and parents. I'm sorry to keep it up. Yeah. I will say this. So Mike told Mike when he was in West Virginia, I was like, hey, tell Stupid Elf I say hey. He's like, oh, I saw him last night. Nothing but praises to say about you, Stupid Elf. So I'm sorry I missed you. I don't know that I'm going to be in Louisville anytime soon, but if I'm in the area, I will definitely hit you up. But yeah, I'm excited. So like we opened up Magic just because I'm excited about. I think there's something to that IP. I think it's going to be fantastic. But we're like 10 minutes over what I like, so thank you for the great conversations. Yeah, so treat everyone like a human being, regardless of skin color, and if they show, they be it. Absolutely. Maybe it's just I just don't. I lived a ton of time in Brazil, and racism just really isn't a thing. It's actually more classism in Brazil. It's the classes that don't get along. It's not not racism. And so I spent a lot of time there, and I'm white, straight, American. I'm an American, white, straight, guy. So I have everything going for me basically. But it's exactly that. It doesn't matter. And so I didn't really see it growing up. I played football and I was the only white kid on the team. So I just so like I just I was used to just being around non-white people all the time. So I just never really thought about it until it became and it's just like why are people treating like you just start seeing it and you're like I just don't understand. And I'm just a proponent for diversity, and I just don't understand the hate around gender, any of it. It's just kind of and then won't be an issue. Anyways, that's cool. Stupid Up said one of the people in the sorcery Discord is in Louisville. Sweet, maybe we can get a Louisville sorcery. That gives you perspective. Yeah, it does give you perspective. Really, living in another country gives you great perspective. I'm very thankful for it. It was a hard time in my life, but I'm very thankful for it. But everybody, have a great day. Streaming tonight. We are actually going to be streaming Sorcery in, which we might have Sorcery in. I don't know. Maybe we'll get a game of Sorcery in or not. But I am going to be bringing new Pokemon decks. So I'm teaching Mike how to play Pokemon. I'm bringing him the meta. I printed out a bunch of cards for the new set that aren't out yet, but that will be out in 2 weeks. So we're going to be playing meta-defining decks of Pokemon if they're not in there. Devin Bilber has a funny bit of seeing his girlfriend, now wife, in a black neighborhood. That's funny. Subito said, yes, we are working on it. Absolutely. Everybody have a great one. I'll see you tonight if you're around. If not, I'll see you in the morning.